Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you more Let's Play Cave Factory. And today what we're going to be working on is our first creative item. We're going to be making the creative fluid tank, which requires us to upgrade our blood altar to a tier 5 and upgrade all the runes to be able to hold 1 million LP inside the blood altar. So we're going to get started with building the base. I've already raised everything up by 1 since we have an extra level. And then I set placeholders down for where the beacon blocks were going to go. We need to make 4 beacons for this, and we have to use blocks that will function as a beacon base. So I searched for beacon. That's not how you spell it. It's pretty close to bacon. Beacon. And I decided to use copper for right now. So it can be used as a beacon base. We'll go ahead and use blocks of copper. And let's see, we're going to need what? 9, 18, 27, 36. We'll need 36 of these guys. So one thing that's super important is when you're making the Tinker's copper, be sure to hit the swap option and select Tinker's copper so it doesn't make the create copper. Tinker's construct. There we go. Now we have the correct block. We have to use the Tinker's construct block of copper for it to be a beacon base. Alright, so the 4 corners have been switched out. What we need to do now is we need to start slaying the wither so we can make these 4 beacons. So we need 4 of these nether stars. So let's go ahead and make some panzer glass. Because we figured out in Enigmatica 6 that this is going to be witherproof. So let's go ahead and make some of these metal bars. We need iron for this. Alright, let's make 1 stack. And then we need glass. Let's grab some glass. Let's make some panzer glass. Okay. Let's just go ahead with a stack. That sounds good. Drop this stuff off. We have a stack of panzer glass. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we have a random wither skull here. I think we have soul sand here. And then let's go into the other room. I went ahead and I tore down the previous, what is it? Hidden Realm portal. And posted up a new one. Found out that it resets all 4 of the doors, so that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and grab all of our wither skeleton skulls and let's make a cage real quick for the wither. Okay, so we set up our wither cage. We have a 3 by 1 by 4 tall space enclosed by the panzer glass, except for this little cubby hole that we have for right here. Let's go ahead and set up our first wither. Let's go here. Let's put the skulls. And boop, boop. Easy. Boop. No dice. Skull has to be placed last. There we go. Now we can cheese them. Alrighty. Strong undead. Let's go ahead and do that 3 more times. Alrighty, there's our 4 nether stars. Enchanted Scroll of Reach. Familiar Receptacle from Corel Tombstones. That's pretty cool. But mainly what we needed were these 4 nether stars. So let's go ahead and head back over here so we can make our beacons, and then we can start working on more of the blank runes. So let's go beacon. And we need glass, we need obsidian. Glass and obsidian for 4 of these beacons. Perfect. And the beacons go right here. Primary power, secondary power. Pretty cool. Alright, let's make the 52 runes that we need for upgrading this guy. So let's go blank runes. Actually, I can click here. Blank runes. Okay, we're going to need stone. We're going to need our orb. The master orb. And I believe I have some stone in here. Yeah. Stone, stone, stone. Let's go ahead and resupply this guy. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Can drop off some of the stuff that we mined up by accident. Alright, and let's see. We need the orb. We need 52 of these dudes. 52 in total. So let's turn these guys into runes real quick. There we go. That's our 52 blank runes. Good, move this off our bar. Now we're going to turn them into runes of capacity. So we need imbued slates and we need even more stone. Wow. Okay. So let's make a whole boatload of buckets real quick so we can upgrade these guys. 15, 52. There we go. And we got extra buckets, but that's fine. Go ahead and ditch the rest of our iron back into our dank null. We have 52 runes of capacity, and this is what I wanted to check out first. These runes are going to go along this line here. Let's see how much we get from these 52 before we turn them into runes of augmented capacity. Alright, so let's check this out now. We have a tier 5, and it looks like it's only going to hold 144 buckets. So that's 144,000, and we need 1 million to be able to turn this into our first creative item. Alright, so this does require a tier 5. It does require 1 million life essence. And its consumption of 10 LP a tick, drain of 10 LP a tick. Let's see, before I craft all of these obsidian blocks, let's see if the Well of Suffering can keep up with turning one of these guys into the creative tank. $68, $67. No, the Well of Suffering definitely can't keep up. But let's see how far it can get. Alright, so with 160 buckets, we made it to about 260. But now it's dunsies. And let's see, 270? 271? And it looks like the Well of Suffering is keeping up. It's just going slower now. No, 3, 4, 5. So even though we ran out of blood inside of the blood altar, it looks like it can still force its way through. All right, so we're at 675,000 out of the 1 million. We made the 26 runes of sacrifice since we found out that the well of suffering can keep up even when the blood altar is completely empty. So capacity doesn't matter. We just learned that. The runes of sacrifice so that it'll deal more LP damage per mob. That seems like it's the way to go. For the next one, we're going to make another fluid tank after this one. And we'll test that theory with the runes of sacrifice in place. I don't want to break them now because I think it will interrupt the craft. So what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and... Let's also make a whole bunch of basins and faucets. I have a really good idea of how to get infinite resources going. We'll grab this guy and this guy. We still have one switch, yeah. Here we go, final stretch. 994. Eight and 9. And here is our first creative item. The creative fluid tank. Booyah. Yay. Creative fluid tank. Let's see. Challenges. Cool, we got our first challenge for the creative fluid tank right here. No rewards, but this is a reward in itself. Let's see. Before I set this guy up, this guy is now filling back up with blood. Okay. So let me switch out my idea real quick. We're going to switch the capacity runes on the side here with the sacrifice runes. Since we are making more than enough LP from the Well of Suffering, let's make it produce more LP. At least 13 of them. Thank goodness we didn't have to make all of that obsidian. Whoop, almost forgot these three. There we go. All right, and let's set another fluid tank on and see how this guy fares. 43, 44. Still going down, but it looked like it was trying to wiggle its way up for a second there. Now we're generating more life essence per sacrifice upstairs with the Well of Suffering. 40. It's fighting to stay above. So I have a feeling if we switch out even more of these runes of capacity, even the augmented ones that we just made these augmented ones, they were expensive. If we switch these out with runes of sacrifice, I have a feeling that the Well of Suffering can keep up and keep this guy full. But we'll let this guy run for right now. It's almost already at... Wow. It's going a little bit faster too, right? So what we're going to need is copper. We're going to need chest for right now. And let's go ahead and put it on over here inside of our immersive engineering room for right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and set it up over here. So we'll go in the wall. We'll put the creative fluid tank. We will put the basin in front of it. The faucet on the tank. The switch above this guy. Alright, and then we're going to have to grab our axe for this one. Here and here. And we'll put down a chest for right now, which we can upgrade into diamond whenever we feel like it. And a hopper behind it, of course. So we can feed into it. Can I even see this guy from here? Alright, hopper into the chest. And the basin. Alright. And what should we make our first infinite fluid? I think just keeping it simple, let's go with steel. Since steel is kind of annoying to make in this pack, you have to pretty much do it manually. Let's see what we're at. We're at 42 blocks. Let's go ahead and we can melt some steel. We can put down a bucket. So let's see. I believe we need 4 ingots for a bucket. So let's put in 4. 7 makes 1 bucket. So we'll cast that out into a bucket. Alrighty, we have a bucket of molten steel. We got a backpack zombie making weird noises. Alright, and our first guy will make an infinite amount of steel. This guy will solidify. And bloop, block of steel. And since it's a creative fluid tank, this guy will be full forever. So this will be our first infinite fluid. We have infinite steel going on now. Yep, 2. Put these guys in here. This will be our steel production from right now. And then we can set this up with a whole bunch of them. How are we on the second one? Look at that, we're already done. Okay, so we have our second creative fluid tank. And we have 26 more runes of sacrifice. So let's go ahead, and it pains me to do this, but does not look like we need the augmented capacity runes. So we'll switch these out and the ones in the back with these runes of sacrifice. We have made 26 more. But at least I know this for the next time I do blood magic, that what we can do is tier 5 can be upgraded to sacrifice. Alright, and let's set up another fluid tank. $38, $39, $38, $39, $38, $39. Looks like it's keeping up now. So what should we make our second infinite fluid out of? We're doing steel already. Let's drop this guy here. Put a drain on him. Yep, we're already filling up. We can upgrade these chests into diamond chests as well, so we have a ridiculous amount of fluids stored up. So which one of the fluids should we make automated next? What I'm thinking of is let's go with one that we haven't done yet. Do we still have obsidian on us? Let's see. I think we used all of our obsidian. Probably, yeah. We need some more obsidian, so let's grab some lava with our buckets. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I believe it's 1 bucket, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. I think it requires more water than lava to alloy. Okay, so in the drain, lava, water. Yeah, so we need 2 buckets of lava for every 1 bucket of water. Lava, lava, water. Water. Lava, lava. Nope. Lava. Water. Lava. Alright, so that's 6 blocks of molten obsidian. The one I'm thinking about doing is going to be the Hepatizon. Cobalt and copper. Alright, we did gather some more cobalt. Let's drop this guy in. And let's also grab some of our copper. And let's see if this can alloy us the 1 bucket. Pretty sure. 6 blocks of obsidian. 1 block of molten Hepatizon. These are all off. Perfect. Bucket. And there we go. We have a bucket of molten Hepatizon. Let's go ahead and start working on this fluid. Bloop. Bloop. And I bet you guys can guess why I wanted to make Hepatizon next. It takes a while to cool, wow. Block of Hepatizon can be used as a beacon base, and it's purple. that's the main reason why I wanted to do Hepatizon. But also, of course, Hepatizon, let me see, is required for the ultimate ingot. So that's what we're going to be working on pretty soon, because some of these require us to go to the Twilight Forest. And to get to the Twilight Forest, we need to finish up the factory chapter. So next time we're going to be working on the diesel generator so that we have enough power gen for the arc furnace. And with the arc furnace, we need that to make the end stone required to make our own end portal. So we can go to the end and we can defeat the Ender Dragon. After we defeat the Ender Dragon, we can grab the Dragon Egg. And the Dragon Egg is required to make the portal to Twilight Forest. And then in Twilight Forest, we'll be able to get stuff like the Fiery Ingots, the Night Metal, the Iron Wood. We'll be able to work those. But most of these require the end. So we have to get ore from the end. And we have to get ore from the Twilight Forest. And then as soon as we get all of these guys, we can start making the ultimate crafting table so we can make the ultimate ingots. And really, with our entire wall of HV capacitors that we've already been running, I can show you guys that again. We're already at 7 blocks of Hepatizon. Over here, the alternator has been putting in work. It has filled up all 80 of this wall with full HV capacitors. Since it's been a while, I went ahead and I slammed everybody with outputs on this side and put down another row. So these guys are full as well. So we have 160 full HV capacitors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tag all of these guys with output on the back and put down another 80 of the HV capacitors. And I have calculated it does take 2 entire days of AFKing to fill 80 of these HV capacitors off of one of these create alternators. It takes two entire days of AFKing to fill up 80 of them. But at this stage in the game, you know, we're working on it early already. So as soon as we hit up the Twilight Forest, we can get the last of the metals that we need, the last ingots to make the creative capacitor. And then we'll have infinite RF going, which we can turn into infinite rotational force. And we can even upgrade it into the angel ring as well.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to keep this series going, and click on my dude here to subscribe for more modded Minecraft. If you want to see the full unedited progress, hit up my Twitch at twitch.tv/ddanicus. I put the link in the description below for you guys.